All right, welcome to problem 2 for today. Problem 2 reads, a store sells bags of potato chips. 1/3 of the bags are barbecue flavored potato chips. 3/4 of the bags are cheese flavored chips. The rest of the bags are plain chips. Which statement is true? A, more than half of the bags are plain chips. B, there are no bags of plain chips. C, exactly half of the bags are plain chips. D, less than half of the bags are plain chips. So let's not run to choice B because it says there are no bags of plain chips. I want to look at the options. We have more than half are plain, exactly half is plain, less than half are plain. So first thing you want to do is look at your information. It's already gathered and organized. And we're going to think about thirds. So I'm going to put my problem to one side and I'm going to list out, I have 1/3 of the bags are barbecue. And we also know that 3/5 are cheese. Do we have any left that are plain chips? So it's either there's no bags of chips or we're comparing it to half. So if we make a number line, and we know 0 is here, 1 is there. If you break your number line into 3 equal parts, okay, we'll say that's equal. And you got number line here, you're going to break it into 5 equal parts. You're going to break it into fifths. So right here's a section in the middle. Let me make that a little bit larger. Okay, 3/5 are cheese. So this would be 1, 2, 3, a little over half are cheese. 1/3. So if you look at this, we've got 1/3 are barbecue. So that's one way of looking at it, just to see the reasonableness of the problem. I can see from comparing my number lines, I'm at this point, it looks like more than half would be not plain chips. More than half is going to be your barbecue and your cheese. Another way to look at this problem mathematically is to make these fractions have the same denominator. They need to have a common denominator. So you have 1/3 and you also have 3/5. What is a factor when you multiply 3 and you multiply 5? What is the number that they would have in common? And what I would think about is 5 times 2 is 10. Can you multiply anything by 3 to get 10? If you said no, you're right. 5 times 3 is 15. Can you multiply 3 by anything and get 15? So if you're listening closely, you heard me say 5 times 3 is 15. So we're going to multiply our numerator by 3 and our denominator by 3. And that gives us 15 as our denominator. Our numerator is 9, so we have 9/15. we're going to do the same thing to 1/3. We're going to multiply this. Instead of multiplying it by 3, we're going to multiply this by 5. Okay, 1 times 5, 3 times 5. Okay, so we have the same unit. So we can compare this. It's like comparing apples to apples. So you have 15, 5/15, 9/15. So let's add these fractions together. So we're just going to add these two together. We have 15ths. Remember, the denominator will not change. 9 plus 15 is 14. So we were pretty close to say that less than half is going to be your plain chips, because 14 out of 15 are flavors, barbecue and cheese. This means that 1/15 is plain. So then we have to look at the statement. See, this problem is written so you have to show the work in order to make your answer choice be true. So don't get tired on the test and just pick an answer. I knew right away that no bags of plain chips most likely is not going to be your answer. Less than 1/2 of the bags are plain chips. So answer choice D is your answer. And when we look at the data, 34% of students got the right answer. The next popular answer was A. They said more than half of the bags are plain chips. Now look at your work and think about when you're taking a test. Why do you think students thought that A would be the right answer? And 34% thought that D was the right answer. So 20% picked A. No, sorry, 30% picked A. 34% picked D. So think about why somebody would pick that wrong answer over the correct answer, and then move on to your next problem. Okay, in your next video, you will watch problem 3. Thank you for paying attention.